I can't stand Mr. Beast, okay? The man permanently talks like, I took 100 people and promised them $100,000, put them in a cage, and forced them to make my Mr. Beast Feastables. The final one to drop from lack of nutrition wins. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to the new kitchen. In a couple of posts I mentioned online.
She's got tea, chat. She's got tea.
So I have in my possession a video that a former Mr. Beast employee sent me of Jimmy allegedly illegally gambling online. I've also received evidence that Mr. Beast has faked one of his philanthropy videos. So someone sent me also what appears to be Mr. Beast's personal Reddit account. I'm gonna read it here. At the time, Jimmy was 19, and the legal age to gamble in North Carolina is 21. So this is 7 years ago. Okay, so it says, guys, don't gamble. The pain isn't worth it. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars gambling cryptos, and I regret it. On this side alone, I have lost $15,000. This is the link to my profile.
I've brought 100 people into this warehouse to do drop shipping so that I can pay off my gambling debt. The one who manages to get across the finish line of $10,000 in gambling debt, I'm going to let them see their family.
All right, then response. Wow, that is crazy. Insane losses. Sorry, my dude. I gambled 10 Ethereum on a coin flip and lost, and I haven't gambled since. I've decided I'm not going to spend the rest of my life sad about my losses. I'm just going to let it go and never gamble again. Been 2.5 months since I last gambled, and I don't ever plan on doing it again. Started as little money just for fun, and very fast spiraled out of control. I'd recommend that you never touch a gambling site again. I don't know how, but you eventually become numb and more risk tolerant, and then it's GG.
I mean, it's an addiction. I don't know how, it's an addiction.
Here's a YouTube clip from Logan Paul's podcast when Jimmy was 20 years old.
Gambling. I used to gamble a lot.
Really?
Fun times, yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah, you're not even... Don't ask that question,
But you're 20.
Don't ask that question.
Because it's illegal to gamble in North Carolina unless you're 21. He says he's never going to gamble again, so let's check in and see how that's going.
Yesterday, I realized I'm 18 years old, which means I can buy scratch-off tickets. Let's just scratch them off, and hopefully I don't get addicted. Sorry, Mom. I spent $30,000 on lottery tickets. I spent $50,000 on scratch-off tickets. Here's $100,000 worth of scratch-off tickets. Oh.
I spent $1 million on scratch-off tickets. I bought so many that they literally had to deliver them in a dump truck.
Well, obviously, he's gambling again, and I really take issue with this because his videos are targeted at children.
Here's how it works. You take your ticket, you scan it, and boom, this $50 ticket won $200. So far, we're up $150 with one ticket.
Huh?
In this video, he is literally walking you through the steps of how to gamble.
Mr. Beast is teaching us gambling?
The easiest, making it very accessible and easy for kids to do. 1. Why is he teaching children how to gamble?
I took my YouTube channel with 45 million subscribers, most of whom are children, and taught them specifically how to gamble their parents' retirement away.
You're not a degenerate like myself.
When it comes to gambling, yes, but...
Which, by the way, that surprised me.
Yeah?
I don't know, dude. Like, you're very smart with your money.
The guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
It's clear to me that Jimmy has a gambling problem, and now he's
Throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos.
When Jimmy says, who would have thought that a guy who spends $1 million on a YouTube video is a gambler? There are plenty of people who produce shows worth millions of dollars an episode who aren't gamblers. It's pretty well known amongst his friend group, the boys, that he has a gambling problem, and this is probably the only thing that I agree with Keemstar on.
I loaned Bitcoin to Mr. Beast, who had a gambling problem at the time.
In my opinion, it is clear as day that Jimmy has a gambling problem.
In this episode of Mr. Beast, we're going to make the ultimate gamble. I'm going to take this revolver and I'm going to put it on the table. There's one bullet in it, and I'm going to make Carl gamble and see if he wins the game of life. My grandfather lost the family furniture business playing rummy. Not a joke. I have never gambled my entire life. I won't even take a friendly wager. Dude, I have just a few vices, okay? Nicotine is one of them. It's my biggest vice. The second one is streaming. I'm addicted to streaming. I love doing it. I have my cutoff of like, you know, around 1 p.m. every day. I have family members who are gambling addicts. I have family members who are like have a history of substance abuse. I don't want to know if I have that dog in me. So like when we went to Vegas, Brett and Carter were like, yeah, we're gonna go to the casino. You gonna come? And I was like, nope. You know, like proclivities towards addiction are genetic. You know, they can be, you know, inherited. And I just like don't want to figure out if I have that. You know, because like I know from playing like games of chance at like, you know, arcades and stuff like what's the arcade game where it's like 3 blocks and they move across the screen and you stack it and then they get like 2 blocks and you stack those and then it's 1 block and you gotta stack it but they move faster. That shit right there, like playing that in an arcade, I know there's a little bit. There's a little bit of it. If it's real money, I don't want to fuck around with it. Just because, like, it's also like poverty mentality, right? I have grown up not having a lot. I have only in like the last year and a half started to like be comfortable and okay in my financial like status. I don't buy a lot of shit, you know? Like, the last time I spent a decent amount of money was on the trip to San Diego for TwitchCon, and that's just on the trip, and Chicago for like camera equipment and my Pelican case. Like that's what I spend money on, is stuff for work.
And illegal gambling isn't the only shady thing Mr. Beast has done with crypto. Here he is with Logan Paul admitting to partaking in what sounds to me like market manipulation.
Crypto's been killing it, man.
Especially for you.
Agreed. I mean, you've been doing pretty well as well.
Yeah. Well, I you know, I like the space. I remember you called me maybe like 8 months ago, and you're like, yeah, you go, yeah, just put $1.5 million into Bitcoin. And I'm pretty excited about it to see where it goes.
Yeah. I'll show you my portfolio after this, but so me and Logan both bought punks. You guys have probably seen on his Twitter that he bought a bunch of crypto punks at the same time, right?
Yep.
Gary pulled us in that call.
Yep.
So have you ever told that story?
No.
Gary V, it's like fucking 11 p.m. just out of nowhere, just calls me and he's like,
Gary
I got like
fucking V. We've talked about this before. Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V. Gary, imagine your entire family getting shot in the face while you're taking a shower. Vaynerchuk, of course, was trying to get these fucking idiots in on some crypto.
He's like, it'll be the best decision of your life. Just get in. I was
Yeah,
like, okay.
yeah.
And so I just joined the call. And I just see like Logan and I don't even know these other
Just a
people.
bunch of gambling addicts trying to out-gamble each other.
Put them on blast.
Every heavy hitter you can imagine who's worth $1 billion was on this one call, and Gary V is in the little corner, the little square. He's going, CryptoPunks. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be the next Facebook. All of us were like, okay,
Everyone's
Gary.
judging. I'm texting Logan and
He's
I'm like,
is
Gary lost
this
his mind.
legit? Bro, all of us are like, yo, Gary's nuts. Yo, Gary was right again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
we gotta
wish
keep
I
this-
could open mouth kiss my dad so I could be successful like Gary V. Gross.
Story goes, so there's like all these like very successful people in this call, and Gary's just like, everyone shut the fuck up. Here's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna do it right now. You're all gonna buy a bunch of CryptoPunks. And
Well,
we're
no,
all-
these people have enough money to control price. That's not gambling. It still is gambling because they have no self-control in it. They're just throwing money away on these, you know, pump and dump schemes. That doesn't mean it's not gambling. It just means they have enough money to beat the house.
just like, he's like, who here owns one? And like one guy raised his hand, and it's because Gary bullied him into buying it the day before. And we're all just like, are you sure?
I'm just gonna pause there. Gary bullied him into buying it the day before. Okay, I don't even know who Gary V is, but now
I'm fine
he's
with
on
them
my research
doing
list.
what they want with their money, but them advertising or talking about it while streaming gets others to gamble, which I'm not okay with. Ultimately, people have to have control. Yes, of course. That is the crux of the issue here, is that they are just casually talking about their fucking vices while most of their audience are in their teens.